A foreign tongue in Gaza. Hebrew, the language of Israel, now being taught to Palestinian children in Hamas schools. And they're keen to learn. The classes are already oversubscribed. But for these young teenagers, it's not about building bridges with their long-time foes.
It is the language of our enemy. To attack them from our language, they think that we are not, they think that we are afraid from them.
They think that you're afraid of them?
Yeah, afraid of them, and we want to tell them we are not afraid from them.
If we meet an Israeli and they're speaking in Hebrew, it means that if they are planning to do something bad to us, we will know what they are up to.
Such has been the demand to learn Hebrew. Hamas is having to train more teachers to be able to cope. And all this, despite the fact there's little practical use for the language.
Thousands of children across Gaza are now learning Hebrew in Hamas schools. But the truth is, very few of them have ever actually been to Israel, and very few of them have ever met an Israeli.
At the border crossing, there's little traffic in or out of Gaza. In previous generations, tens of thousands of Palestinians used to head into Israel every day for work. But Israel's blockade and the conflict with Hamas means those days are long gone. Now, the only time most Gazans might need Hebrew is when shopping to decipher the labels on imported Israeli goods. Despite that, Hamas says the language is still worth learning.
The government wants the children to know the language of the Israelis, that is to say, our enemy.
Why?
Well, to understand them, to prevent them to deceive us, to know how they think.
In other words, Palestinian and Israeli children might be speaking the same language, but the mistrust is as strong as ever. And the walls and fences that separate the two communities are a constant reminder of the barriers that remain. John Donnison, BBC News, Gaza.